Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So glad that you're here with me today. I thought that I would do a little bit of a Q1 homeschool update because things are going a little bit crazy for this homeschool year. Not really crazy, but it's been definitely not in the plan for what I had thought that the plan would be coming into this new school year. So I thought it'd be fun to do just a bit of a chatty update to just let you know kind of how things have been going, how our schedule's going, what things have been working, what hasn't been working, and all of that. I don't really have notes for this. I'm just going to kind of go on the fly and share with you kind of how our school year has been going so far. So for those of you who don't know, we started our school year on August 5th. So we are officially 8 weeks in. I think that's 8 weeks. Let me see. August 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes, 8. So this is technically week 9, but I will say we have probably done 7 weeks of school because there's been 2 week-long breaks in those first 9 weeks for various reasons. We've just had so much life happening, nothing super terrible, just there was some sickness for one of the weeks. There was schedules with my husband's work schedule changed for some of the weeks. Things came up for me with work that had to get done, and so homeschool kind of took a back seat for that week. And so it's just kind of been crazy trying to figure out this season that we're in. I'm in, as some of you may or may not know, I own a planner company, and so I have created Christian planners and journals that help women to manage their time and be more consistent in God's Word. And I've been working really hard on getting these products to launch for the last year, really. We've launched these before. We have sold them on Amazon for the last 4 years, but we've just got them professionally designed and manufactured, and they are beautiful and so perfect, and I'm so excited for them. But with that, with owning a company, there's a lot of things that have been going on behind the scenes with shipping and designs and issues with some of the products that came in, things like that. And so I've been working through a lot of that. I also am running a podcast, and then I'm also working at our church. And so I have a lot of moving pieces with things. I help my husband with his work, with the families within the military community that we're a part of. And so all of that has just kind of been a little bit crazy. There was a few trips that I took, and with all of that, I just had not planned properly. And so I don't know if you watched any of my previous videos, but at the beginning of the year, I had this beautiful little plan. It's actually several pages, but I'm just going to show you the first one of what our plan was. So the original plan was for us to do 6 weeks of school and then take 1 week off from September 14th to September 21st. Well, we ended up taking a week off in August. So I think we were on week 3 and we took a week off there. And then we did another 2 weeks of school, and then we took another week off. So that's why at week 9, we've only done 7 weeks of school. So we're not super behind, but with all of that, so we're way off on like the plan that I had for fall break and things like that, which is fine. That's the beauty of homeschool. But we're also off on all of the lessons. And so this whole beautiful sheet that I made that planned out our whole school year, and I should have known this because life happens and business and kids and military and all the things, it's always going to change. So I don't know why I even did the whole year, but I was ambitious and I failed miserably. So this is incorrect. So I'm going to have to probably update this, and I'll most likely just set a plan for the next few weeks. And what I've actually started doing I can't show you because my planner that I currently use is propping my computer up right now. But I have started to map out each week. At the beginning of the week, I just look at what lesson we're on, and I could actually show you this in the new planner so that you can kind of see it. This is a little preview of the new planners, I guess. So in each month, we have the weekly planning pages, or I'm sorry, the monthly planning spread. And so what I have started doing is in this notes section over here, I will just add in what lessons we want to complete for that week. And I've just been taking it on a week by week basis versus doing it all planned out like I had on that piece of paper, because it's a week by week basis with how things are going right now. That's not to say that homeschool's not a priority and that we're not still doing really well. We are moving along and we're getting assignments done, and the boys are doing incredible. But there's just been some days where it just didn't work out. We've had days where we just kind of needed to take a break. We've had days where things came up. And so it has been very helpful for me to just take my planner out and just write in, okay, this is the goal. So every Sunday night I sit down, and what I actually do, so this is the monthly planning spread, but what I actually do is, this is the weekly spread. And so this has time blocks and a little notes section at the bottom. And so I'll fill in each day what I would like each of them to have done. And that kind of helps all of us to really stay focused on just that day's task. If it doesn't get done, then we just move it over and I fill it in for the next day. But that helps us to have just a day by day thing versus having a whole quarter, or even as I had planned, a whole year in advance, when so many things can come up. We've just had Hurricane Helene come through, and it impacted us a little bit with power. So things like that you just can't anticipate. And so I have been finding in this season of homeschool, as a business owner, I have really had to give myself grace and to let go of so much of the planning. I still have that planner person, that planner type A personality inside of me that wants to have a plan so that I know what I'm working towards and that we're going to finish on time, but there's not really an on time. And so that's what I feel God is really working on me with right now, is just reminding me that homeschool is a lifelong process. It is not, there's not a set start time and end time. Like, this is an everyday thing, and we will finish the book work, but life is also important, and prioritizing that is okay. And so I've been learning a lot about myself in that, and really learning how to just kind of let go. So a lot of the day in the life videos that I had recorded for the first few weeks, those were great. But after that, you probably haven't seen any days in the life because it's just been kind of crazy. And maybe I need to record one so that you could feel normal and see that there's crazy days and there's really routine and scheduled days. But yeah, so that's kind of how things are going. So we're taking it week by week, even day by day at sometimes, and just giving ourselves lots of grace. So each morning, you know, I have been very focused on my morning routine. That never changes. I get into God's word. I spend some time in prayer. My workouts have been kind of teeter-tottering between the mornings or the afternoons. It depends on my workload for that day. So if I have a lot of work that I need to get done, thankfully I could do the work on my own time. But if I have a lot of work I need to get done, I'm doing it in the mornings while my family is still sleeping, so that I have that focus time to get it done. And then I'm moving my workouts to the afternoons because we're headed off to sports and stuff. And we live in Georgia, so it's hot anyways. So who cares if I'm all sweaty going to the workout, or going from the workout to the field, because I'm just going to sweat anyways. So that's a little bit of a change. As my workouts I've been more flexible with, and I'm learning that afternoon workouts actually are a great pick-me-up energy-wise. So typically I'm getting to the sports field and I'm very tired because I've been going since 5 a.m, nonstop, from morning routine to house chores to homeschool to work to cooking dinner to the practices or to the games. And it's just a nonstop thing. There's no sitting down and relaxing and all of that. And so I get to the field and I kind of plop down in the chair and I'm like, oh, I made it. I'm here. So with doing the afternoon workouts, what I'm finding is sometimes that is a good little energy boost. It takes a minute to get me going. I have a great pre-workout that I drink, and that kind of helps me get going mentally and physically. And then once I finish that workout, I just feel so much better and full of energy. And so that's been a little bit of a change for me. I've always been a morning workout person. I like to work out, get ready for the day, and then go on with my day. But I'm finding on those days that we have sports and nothing else going on in the evenings that I need to look super presentable at, I can work out in the evening and go to those things in my workout clothes. But on days that we lead a small group, for instance, on Wednesday nights, on those days, I'm not trying to show up at small group smelling funny. So I work out in the mornings on Wednesdays, or any other days that we have things going on in the afternoon. So that's been a little bit of a change. Let me see what else has been kind of going on. I think that's really it. It's just the grace I'm learning. Oh, that's what I was going to say. With the homeschool. So I have always been like, we start homeschool around this time. I've never been a stickler for you have to start at 9 o'clock or whatever. I just have I want to start around 9 o'clock. So that's where the boys are the most focused. We've all eaten. We are ready for the day. And that's a good time to start. But what I'm finding is if I wake up and I do my quiet time, my workout, whatever my morning routine is that day, and I lay the boys' work out for them on their desk, I let them just kind of mosey over and they can get started on it without me on a lot of their tasks. They're all three getting to the point where they're reading now. My youngest is 5, he's in kindergarten. And so he's still learning to read, but a lot of the things that he needs to do, his brothers can show him if need be, but also he can just kind of figure out oh, I've done this before. So he can do things that he knows how to do. And so what I've done is I've laid out their assignments for the day on their desk. And I say, hey, if you guys want to go ahead and get started while mom's showering, more power to you, go for it. You can get started on your handwriting. This is the page you need to do today for your language arts and your spelling and your math. And I have it all there for them so they can get going. And honestly, that has motivated them to just get going and get started so that they have more time throughout the day to just do whatever it is that they need to do. And then we've been doing Bible study as we eat still, and then science or history at lunchtime, or sometimes if we're home for the night at dinner or before bed. So that's also a bit of a shift for us, is we've kind of been just placing things where it fits versus school for 3 hours or whatever the time frame is, and then we're done for the day. Sometimes it's we do a little bit here and then we take a break, and then we do a little bit there and we take a break. My brain, again, my personality, I want to just get it all done and be done with it. But with this season of life that we're in, I'm learning that it's okay to not do those things. It's okay to come to it and get a little bit done and then go do what we need to do, and then come back and do what we need to do, and then, just back and forth. And I'm finding that they're enjoying that a little bit more. My son, my oldest, yesterday actually said, I really like just doing homework kind of when, it sounds bad saying when I feel like it. It's not like when he doesn't feel like it, I'm oh, you could just skip today. But he's I like doing it. Just if I want to do an extra page, I can do an extra page. So I'm kind of empowering them to say, hey, this is the lesson goal that I have for you this week. I want you to be at lesson 68 in math and lesson 23 in language arts, or whatever the numbers are, by the end of the week. And once you're done for the week. And that has really motivated them to where right now we're finished for the week. It's a Thursday afternoon and they have some free time to play some video games now, because they haven't played video games all week because we've been focused on all the other things, all of our appointments and all of that. And then they've been working really hard in getting their schoolwork done. So now they have time for the weekend, which is their video games and stuff. So it's just a season of learning that flexibility for me. And I wanted to share that because I know that a lot of you can come to my page and you can see the structure and the routines and the spreadsheets and the checklists and all the things, and think man, she has it all together. There's no way. So I wanted to come on here transparently and say that has worked in the past, and I know it does work. But in this season of my life, and I've talked about this a lot, there are seasons in our lives where things that used to work just don't work. And that's okay. And so if you're in that season where you see your old schedule not working, or you see what other homeschool moms are doing and you think, well, man, that just doesn't work for us, that's okay. It doesn't have to work for you. Find what works for you in the season that you're in, with the children that God has given you, and the homeschool curriculum that you're using, and the time that you have, and the lifestyle that you live. All of that plays into it. And so don't ever look at another homeschool mom and say, I can't do it because I can't do it how she does it. We're all going to do it differently, and we're all going to do it differently in different seasons. And so I'm here to tell you, I am in a season where flexibility is key, and I'm learning to let go and release all of that pressure that I've put on myself, and just do what we need to do when we need to do it, and be okay with taking some breaks if we need to. And if we need some time off because we have other things to get done, we're going to get to school. If we have to do school in the summer, that's going to be okay, because it's hot in the summer in Georgia anyways, So I'm really just giving myself that freedom to relax a little bit and just let homeschool be what it's supposed to be, and just be an all-around learning experience in all areas of life. And so when we go to the dentist office, we went to the dentist this week, the boys brought their books and they read. And so they were getting some of their reading done there. And then when we've been at my husband's work for a work event, they can bring some of their worksheets and do the worksheets that they can do there. Or if I've been at Bible study, they can do some work there. And then when we're home, then that's when they have the work to do that I need to teach them. And so just learning that flexibility is key. And I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but I hope that somebody is listening and encouraged by that, by this whole message today, that it's okay to just let go and do what works for you. And you're probably doing a better job than you think you are. So that's kind of our Q1 homeschool update. We are quite a few lessons behind from what my original goal was, but I'm letting that go. I'm just going to throw those papers away, and we are just going to move to the next lesson each day that we show up, and just let kind of time and let God really lead the way in this, and not have so much control and focus and all of it in this season that we're in. There might be a season that changes, but right now this is what's working. So I hope that frees you up if you were feeling kind of restricted or behind or unequipped or whatever it might have been. I hope this has released you from that. And if it has, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if I'm not alone, if you have felt this way, if you've had these kinds of seasons, maybe what kind of schedule you have for your family, if you want to share that to encourage myself or other homeschool moms that might watch the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. So I hope that you are having a great homeschool year. I hope things are going well for you. I pray that you would continue to seek the Lord and His guidance in all the things that you're doing. And then last thing, because I did mention that if you're interested in any of the planners or journals that I have, you can go to my website, thefindingfreedomco.com, and there is a wait list. We're going to be launching them in just a few weeks for the new year, so they'll start shipping before Christmas is our goal. And you can get on the wait list for those, and then when they go live sometime around the mid to end October, then you can purchase them. So if you go to my website, thefindingfreedomco.com, you'll either see the wait list or the link to purchase depending on when you're watching this video. So thank you for your support. Thank you for being here and watching my videos and being a part of our homeschool journey. I hope that it's blessing you in some way, and I will see you very soon on my next video. Bye guys.